How to make a fence with cattle panels. This is a how-to guide to make a fence and/or a corral with cattle panels. Steps. 1. Plan. Draw out a plan of how and where you wish to lay out your fence. Take measurements with a measuring tape or ribbon of at least 100 feet, 30.5 meters, long of the area you wish to do the fencing on. On a large piece of paper, draw out, using a pencil and a ruler, where you want the fence to be laid out. Accommodate for buildings and shelters that are currently in that area, and also accommodate for the length that each cattle panel is, or the size of cattle panels you wish to get for your new corral. If you have not purchased any panels yet, as you do the drawing, make a list of how many panels, and what size, you will need for your corral. Panels range in size from 8 feet, 2.4 meters, long to 16 feet, 4.9 meters, long. Most custom-made ones will be over 25 feet, 7.6 meters, long. All are even-numbered measurements. You will not get any panels that are an odd number in length. Most panels will also be measured in imperial measurements, but may possibly include metric measurements as well. 2. Mark. With surveyor tape, sticks and/or bright spray paint, mark the places where you wish to lay your panels down. Remember to keep in mind the general length of the panels you are using. Also keep in mind that the panels won't be touching each other most of the time, as you may have between 2 to 6 inches, 15.2 centimeters, of space between the ends of each panel. 3. Buy. If you haven't done so already, you can now go and buy the cattle panels you need. Your local feed supply store or a livestock farm equipment provider may have the panels you need. Or, if you know of any locals that are building cattle panels, you can also go and see them and buy the panels you need there. 4. Set up. The smaller panels are easily done by hand. If you want the more temporary panels to be made permanent, pound fence posts in between each panel and use fencing wire to tie each panel to the post. For the much larger, 25 feet long, panels, use a tractor with a front end loader to move them around. Be careful of where the panels swing and how you set them down. Don't panic if area you set up is not following according to the survey lines you created. The animals you keep in there are not going to care about whether the corral is perfect or not. If you are short, adjust the panels accordingly. This is much easier with the temporary ones that have a T-beam on the base. These are called stand-alone panels. For those panels that you want to reinforce with T-posts or wooden fence posts, lay out the panels on their sides first before you do any post pounding. This is so you can actually see how things are really laid out and whether any adjustments need to be made or not. 5. Attach any gates that are needed to be attached to these panels. Some of the custom-made panels will have gates pre-attached, other panels will not have this, and may require some extra labor to have any gates installed. 6. Let the animals out into the corral once everything is secured, chained up and properly reinforced. Tips. Use bigger, more heavy-duty panels for those areas that are most likely to experience high traffic, and in preparation for the kind of animals you will have on the farm. Planning ahead always helps you make aware of what you need, how much you need, and where you need them. It makes installation and building that much easier when you know where to put the panels and how many panels you will actually need. Some people who custom-make cattle panels may actually charge less for panels than the feed store you could get them from. This, of course, depends on the individual and how much you are willing to spend on some good panels. Most of the panels you will get from supply stores like Tractor Supply in the USA or PD Mart in Canada are not stand-alone panels. These are the ones you have to reinforce with posts to make them more permanent than temporary. Warnings. Panels are big and heavy. Make sure there are no children playing around them when you are not around. These panels, especially the ones that do not stand by themselves, can fall on a child and possibly kill him/her if you are not there to rescue them right away. Wear gloves and eye protection when handling wire. Things. Pencil. Paper. Ruler. 100 feet, 30.5 meters, long measuring tape or ribbon. Surveyor tape and posts or bright surveyor spray paint. Money for buying panels. Cattle panels. Gloves. Wire. Fence posts. Tractor with front end loader for handling panels. String to get everything straight.